Hey YouTube! Today I'm going to be doing another road trip, and I'm going to start it in my home server of V8C at the 00 base. So this is a pretty significant base on the server, and I decided I'd start right at the origin point. So you can see they got this great big tower here, and it's pretty iconic, I think. But you got these little guards guarding the gate. Got their big swords. Really good detail on the statues. But yeah, it kind of brings you into this awesome area here. You can't go wrong with a circle. That's something I've learned. But you can see here, right in the middle, if I turn on my F3, you can see it is exactly 00. This is it. Center of the universe. But there's also these little... Oh, what's this say? Oh. Got this tree here. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, they got all these hallways that come off on the sides. And it's about as messy as my base. You can see that map there. Nice design, even on the map. And I'll just show you all some of those other branches so you can see what we got on this side. A little library over here. That's pretty cool. And then on this side, we got some wheat fields. This episode is going to have quite a bit of wheat. You just wait. You just wait. Anyway, I'm going to do a little fly around. I'm going to do one of those little rotations around it so you can see it from all angles. Really, really nice build. Really well done. I've also did a little bit of landscaping around here. You can see these mountains that are more or less completely built up. Looks like they got a little cave over here. What's this? Oh. Okay. Here's a cool cave. Kinda invites you to the underground. But anyway, that's the 00 base. Enough about V8, let's get into it. Alright, so this is the first server I saw, ClubCraft. I tell you what, they got crazy spawns. Most of them do. I don't know who builds these. I want to know where they come from. But you can see I do a little fly around. That's awesome. Really detailed. Really nice castle here. I wonder if there's anything on the inside. Oh. Looks like it kind of phases into the mountain. But you can see they've got all sorts of game modes. All sorts of things. But I'm just going to be checking out the survival world. Just to see what people have built. That's what I'm most interested in. I got Technoblade there. He shows up all the time. Everywhere. So here's the survival spawn. You can see it's pretty consistent with the main spawn. I give it points for consistency. Got that yellow roof idea. I do a little fly around, little dome thing, and they got some. They got like a player warp menu, and that's going to be common across all these servers I go on today. But you can see a lot of them are just like little player shops and things. But sometimes people make impressive ones. Like you got this awesome tree here. I like what they did with the lichens It's really neat. Not neat block mix. You can see it says over here, "Money talks." It talks. Got this little mall here. I thought that was kind of a neat build. You can see they got these little parking spots for your horses where you can lead them in. That was a smart idea. I also found this house over here, and I don't know, there's just something about the color scheme that's kind of neat. I like the checkers. You got this big cantilevering form up here. Good modern house. And this was a castle that I found. I thought it was pretty nice too. You can see that's a player shop as well. And I just do a little fly around here. Good location. You know, you can't go wrong with a castle on a hill. Then I also found the holy tree. You can see these different forests are kind of radiating out from it. I thought that was a smart use of the trees. I also found this little pink house. That's a good color for a house. And the last thing I found is this library, and you can see EarthSMP there. But yeah, I thought this was a nice little build. It looks like they have a system in place where you can check out and return books, which I think is really neat. Really good. Really nice build. That's about all I had for that server. So this was the next server that I saw. You can see this melon tree here. I really like their use of clouds. I like the spider webs. It really stands out pretty well. But anyway, let's see what survival has. You can see they got a nice little survival hub area. All sorts of different things. It looked like it was based on the world, so I went ahead and picked a continent. I picked Europe, and looks like it's after a world war or something. It happens to the best of us. But they got a little temple here. Eventually I did find like their player warps as well. They got a warp system too, like I said. And this is just a little player built town that I saw. I like what they did with the blocks here. I thought it made a cool interior. I like the pattern on the outside. I found this, which I thought was neat. You got this church here and a castle and Technoblade once again. I'm just gonna fly around here. You can see it's equal on all sides, which I thought was an interesting church design. And it got a nice interior. I think they always have nice interiors, churches do. But here I am just trying to find my way into the castle here. I like the details. I think it's a neat color scheme. But yeah, here's the inside here. Not too shabby. See, eventually I found this well here, and it looked like a player was AFKing in here. That was a fun coincidence. I wish I could prank them. I don't know how. But then I went and saw the embassy. And you can see they got another player-built city. That's what the embassy is. But here we've got the crazy burger mayhem. I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, all sorts of towers and miscellaneous builds. I think there's always a charm to little player towns like this. You can see their map. It covers a good amount of area. They done good with it. Eventually I found this building, and you can see in front of it they got all these crazy nuts items. I guess these are custom for the server, but wow, they had good detail. It's like I think this is like the town hall or something for Florida City. They really wanted me to buy their flag. Alright, time to move on. Alright, so here's ChillSMP. I wasn't able to see this one for that long for reasons you'll find out soon enough. But you can see they got custom items a lot like the last server, and a warp system a lot like the last server. You can see this is the first build I saw, and it's really neat. Neat front. Eventually, this one player wanted me to see their base, so I decided to feature them, and you can see it's got a really neat placement on the corals like this. And eventually, they took me down beneath the base. I didn't know it went so deep in the earth, but that was neat to see. So you got a little bubble elevator. And they got a bunch of cherry trees and things underneath. And they got this drill cart here. I guess this is how they dug it all out. But yeah, you can see a whole little cherry woods down here. They also got an unfinished Wild West town, which I got a kick out of. And then another thing they had was I thought an interesting integration of a chunk mine. You can see it kind of intersects with this cherry woods here. I think it's interesting that they made it like a feature of their base instead of just having it be a hole in the ground. I thought that was pretty creative, but then I lost connection. Alright, last but always not least, we have OGCraft here. You can see we have a pretty much their version of Plush Puff in here, giving me a bunch of presents and gifts. I really appreciate it. First build I saw was this lighthouse here, and you can see the interior is pretty cool. And I just did a little rotate around, which you can see here. And then they eventually told me to go to this end base, so I made sure to go check that out, and I was not disappointed. You're about to get a good view of it here. Wow. They mined away the entire end island and built these awesome rings around it. Great effort, really. That's fantastic. I did a little look at the middle here. Seems to be some shenanigans. I built here. You can see they got other stuff over here. I got a little, looks like a little town or something. Land for, I guess, whoever wants to live here. I like this bee building that you got over here. I like the honey trees and just the use of blocks. Lots of good oranges and yellows in the game. Now I'm gonna fly over this way, and you can see this other circle here. They got this ender motif in the middle. I don't know what this is for, but it's really cool. Maybe it's like an arena or something? I don't know. And here it is on the map. But another base I saw was this one over here. And I thought this was quite impressive. I like the use of course, I like the color scheme. I see lots of good color schemes in this episode. You can see, here I am outside, got a little gazebo here. And got this build over here. I like how chunky and blocky it is. Then later I warped and saw this, and I thought this was a fun use of lava casts. I thought that was pretty clever. I'm gonna go inside here. It's kind of spooky inside. And then this over here, these are called the fields. Someone went crazy with wheat here. It goes off way into the distance. They must have had a lot of time on their hands, but good job. It's kind of surreal, to be honest, seeing this much wheat. You see, got a little market here too. It's kind of majestic. I didn't expect that. Do a little fly around. Great job. I did accidentally keep breaking the wheat as I went around, so I had to keep replanting it. But this was somewhere else in the fields. You can see they've got a little farm here. A bunch of little animals. Thought it was nice. Nice place. Anyway, moving on with the builds. This is the next place I saw. Another very impressive build. You can see they've got like this little seaside resort here. Yeah, we're gonna walk around it here. Got towers, domes, bridges, all sorts of neat stuff. And then this was the entrance to the hotel. It's kind of hidden, but I can guarantee you it's worth it once I get up here. So this says, I guess that was the sign of the shopping district, but yeah, look at this awesome lobby. And look at the really cool roof. I like the ceiling. Yeah, really nice. And then just walk across this bridge here to see what's in here. But yeah, really nice build. And this is the last place I saw, and you can see they went crazy with the bamboo. I like the use of the glazed terracotta. I've seen lots of good uses of glazed terracotta lately, but yeah, you can see the fields is known on the server. They got their little stand here in the mall. But eventually one of the mods teleported me outside, and well, you can see the source of all the bamboo now. And they built a little mansion out of it, which you can see here. And you can see everybody's got their own little rooms here. This build kind of made me want some frozen yogurt. I don't know why. It's just kind of the vibes of it. I haven't had frozen yogurt in forever. Look, they're saying hi to you. They're talking to you. Hello, chat. But yeah, I thought this was another successful outing in the Minecraft landscape. Lots of great builds once again. Lots of great people. Lots of really nice people. It's really cool to see how people cooperate and communicate and build on servers, and the little server cultures that come with it. But I hope you all enjoyed. Once again, make sure to smash that subscribe, do the like, ring the bell. You know the things. Engage. Okay? Or if you don't want to do that, at the least tell your friends. I would really appreciate it. But with all that said, I'm gonna get off of here, and I hope you have a nice day. Hope you have a nice weekend or week, depending on when you're watching, and I'll leave you with that. Bye-bye.